Court date pushed back. Private First Class Bradley Manning was kept in solitary confinement at a U.S. military base for 9 months. 2 psychiatrists testified that his punishment was too harsh. The defense argues Manning's treatment was so rough the case should be dropped altogether. His pretrial hearing is now pushed back from February to March. Well, the country is less than a month away from diving off the so-called fiscal cliff. And with time running out, President Barack Obama says he is willing to meet Republicans halfway. Now, the president says he'll entertain the GOP's proposals for spending cuts as long as they commit to higher taxes on the rich. Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner believes it's a good deal, but if Republicans have any other ideas, they need to go ahead and lay their cards on the table. Joining us.
And we think that's a very good set of proposals. We think that's what's good for the economy. If they've got some different suggestions, they want to go further in some areas, then they should lay that out to us.
And joining us now to talk about this and what it means for talks and for our wallets is financial expert Gene Marks. Gene, as always, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Mark.
I'm a remedial kind of guy, not an economist here, so let's start simple. Why should I or any of the viewers out there care about this so-called fiscal cliff?
Well, just so you know, I mean, the fiscal cliff was created by the government about a year ago when they couldn't come to agreement how they were going to balance the budget. So what does it mean for you and me, Amari? It means higher taxes is a big thing, because if they can't reach agreement and the budget itself spirals into bigger and bigger deficits, the money's got to come from somewhere. And in the end, it's going to come from the taxpayers are going to have to pay for that. And that's what a lot of the wrangling is all about.
Makes sense, and that's definitely painful to the pocketbook. Well, tis the season to spread a little holiday cheer, but it seems politicians are just spewing venom in Washington right now. Republicans, they reportedly actually laughed at the president's proposal, calling it a wish list, and the president saying that Republicans fighting tax increases on the wealthiest 2% will mean a Scrooge Christmas for 98% of Americans. You know, is this just political theater, or will we actually get a decision before Christmas?
It's quite entertaining, isn't it, Maury? But at the same time, it's playing with people's lives, so it's really not very funny. Yeah, I mean, both sides are going back and forth as to what they want to do. It's political posturing, right? Will we see something by the end of the year? The answer is yes. I mean, both sides want to do something. They want to show that they are, you know, acting in the spirit of compromise. They can move the government forward. The question is what we're going to see. My guess is that we are going to be seeing the Republicans cave in on the president's proposals to raise the taxes on the rich. But then at the same time, I think we're going to be seeing some deferral into 2013 to try and figure out the rest of this mess.
Yeah, what does this actually mean in terms of planning? Because you kind of took a little bite out of what I was going to ask you. What does this mean for planning when it comes to businesses and things of that nature? I mean, everybody's talking about this fiscal cliff, and you're always talking about the uncertainty in your columns and things. Right. What does this mean for businesses planning in the future? Are they really looking at this, or they're just waiting until, are they making plans now, or are they waiting until next year?
Right. Well, see, here's what it is. I mean, if the president's proposals go through, then people making more than $250,000 a year are going to be seeing more taxes in 2013 and beyond. So a lot of business owners, a lot of small business people that are earning money, they fall into that bracket. So they are kind of hanging out and waiting to see what the government's going to do, so that determines what their spending plans are for next year. So the biggest fear that the Republicans have is that if taxes do go up on small business owners or people making more than $250,000, they're going to stop from hiring people in 2013 because they're feeling their own pocketbooks tightened a little bit. That's their biggest fear.
All right, thanks so much, Gene Marks, always making this thing so simple for us.
Thanks a lot,
appreciate it.
Take care.
We're bringing holiday cheer and donations. Next up, how a man is using more than a bell to help a charity. And you won't believe what hallowed place this thief right here broke into, what people are saying about this brazen burglar.